Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. If you like this video then please give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed I would love it if you could consider hitting that button. Okay, today I'm going to be carrying on from the video that I posted on Sunday, which was intended to be just one video but just got too long, so I split it down into two. So I'm going to carry on showing you some tips and tricks of how I work with digital stamps in Silhouette Studios. Let's get to it. Let's open up another one. So let's merge. What was that from? Something where the character was like merge. Okay, so I'm going to select it and I am going to make it bigger. So that's how we would print that. But with this one, I want to print it and then I want to cut it out. So the first thing that I need to do is turn on the registration marks, because now we are looking at if we were using Silhouette Studio to actually control the silhouette. So I think I might make this like part 2. So we've got this image. If I were to go and hit send, because I want to cut that out, there's nothing there. There's no cut lines because there are no cut lines. The software is brilliant and fantastic, but it can't read that image. It can't read that image and turn that into cut lines by itself. We have to tell it to do that. So we're going to start with trace. So we'll select our trace area and you're going to draw a box around the whole image. Now I'm going to turn the threshold up until the image is actually done. Okay. Now I could hit trace and that would trace around everything. So I would have, I'll show you. So that's the inside of the line and the outside of the line. But I don't want that because I don't want to cut the shape out like that. I just want to let the computer system, the software, see what the outer edge of the shape is. So I'm going to hit trace outer edge. Okay, so now you can see we've got that perfect. So if I wanted to cut it out right smack bang on the line, then that's fine. But I want to cut it with a little bit of a border. So the best way when you work it, this shape's pretty easy to slot back into itself because it's not very complicated. But when you're working with a really complicated shape, it's not always that easy to slot it straight back in, and especially not when we end up with the having the outlines and borders and things. So the way that I like to do this is I select the image and then I'm going to duplicate it to the side. So we hit Control and arrow key. So that takes us to there. We can then delete that one. Now you may say, like, what is that for? What is the difference between just moving it and doing that? Well, the difference is this. When we click on that image and we hit Control and arrow again, it's going to duplicate it to the side exactly where it came from. See, there is method behind my madness. So that's why we do that. So next thing that we are going to do is we are going to make this cut line. We just want to make a slightly bigger one to give us a bit of a border. So we do that with over here our offset panel. So we click what we want to offset and we hit offset. Now here we can decide how big or small we want it to be. Let's go with 0.1 inch. And we're going to hit apply. And that has now given us, we've got the original cut marks for the image, and then we've got a bigger offset around it. So we've moved that cut, and we're going to delete that inner one. And what we can do is click back on that first image, and we are going to do the same again, duplicate it to the left of itself, and we have an image that is now sat perfectly within a cut line that will give us a nice margin around the image. It's completely equal everywhere, and that is awesome. So that is a really simple way to use digital stamps and change up how you can use them. Now this software can do so much more. Even just the free one can do so much more, and the business edition one, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what this software can do. It's amazing. But I just really like being able to do that. So we can then position that anywhere we want on here, as long as we stay within the red lines and within the print and cut markings, because these actually print, not the hash part, but the square and the two corner pieces, they print, and the silhouette itself reads them, and that's how it registers where to cut. So you need to keep within that space. So let's bring back our card panel from the other day, and we are going to place that. Let's group these together, make it a bit easier. So we're going to place that on our page, and then we're going to put this on as well. Just wiggle things around a little bit until they fit. So that is quite close, but it's fine. Now I wouldn't do it like this because I wouldn't waste all that space. I like to just do a lot of words, like I'll do sentiments. So let's see, will it let us offset that? Yes. I couldn't remember whether I'd left cut lines on or not. So here we have, now it would print off happy birthday, and it would then like bubble cut it round for me, which is pretty cool. I just think things like that are so helpful, and I would just fill all of this up with different sentiments, different fonts, and then I can just keep them on my desk. And use them whenever I need to. So if we're going to go over to send now, so anything that's red will cut. So we can see it's going to cut our happy birthday, it's going to cut around our image, it's going to cut out the card panel for us, but it's also going to cut the happy birthday and this box, and I don't want that cut. So we can select it and say no cut. Let's unselect it. But the problem is then it's not going to cut the outside, and say I want it to cut the outside. I'm lazy and I want it to cut my card panel for me too, because why not? It's going in there anyway, so why not? But it can't separate this cut line from these cut lines at the moment because the whole thing is grouped together as one thing. So what we need to make sure we do is ungroup, and then you need to also make sure that you click off it, because I've hit ungroup, but currently all of it is still selected, all those 3 separate parts. So I'm going to click off it. We're going to go back into our send panel, and this time I'm going to select the panel. So it's going to cut me my mini slimline panel that has been printed this beautiful image on and our sentiment. It's going to cut out this printed image here, and I've also got it working at triple time by cutting out some sentiments too. And as I said, I would fill this up, all this space, just lots, whatever, anything. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. That's just some of the really simple things that this program can do. Like I said, this isn't even close to everything that you can do even just on the free version. I will cover a little bit more in another video. So I hope that that was helpful. If you have any questions, then please do hit me up in the comments below. If you liked this video, then please do give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider doing so. Have a lovely, happy, safe, wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.